Annyeong! Welcome to the Dollightful channel. I've got a pretty fun custom to share with you guys today. This is a Catrine DeMew, I don't know from what line, that I've had sitting in my box for forever. So her time has come at last. First, I remove the leftover bits of factory paint with acetone nail polish remover. Then I cut off her hair as close to the scalp as I can with a pair of tiny sharp scissors. At this point in time, I planned on giving her a wig, which is why I didn't remove her head and clean out the hair. Yeah, I'll deal with that later. Before I give the doll an initial spray of Mr.Super Clear, I wash the body with warm soapy water, let it dry thoroughly, and then add some body blushing. By adding some nice warm pinks around the joints of the doll, you can really breathe some life into the plastic and take your doll to the next level. The doll has been sprayed, and before I begin, I'd like to show you the sketch I made for this doll. That's right, I'm actually trying to plan ahead this time. Let's begin. I begin with some light blushing around the eyes, cheeks, nose, and lips. Next, I start sketching the lash line, eyelid wrinkles, and lower waterline of the eyes. I've been looking at a lot of really beautiful face-ups lately, and I've noticed that although you don't want a lot of eyelid wrinkles in real life, it seems to look really good on dolls. So go ahead and accentuate those eyelid wrinkles. You'll notice I'm starting with lighter colors and work my way towards the darker colors. Here, I'm working in the pink around the tear duct and lower waterline. Now, I want this doll to look serious and mysterious, so I'm putting some extra effort into the whites of her eyes, shading them with blue and gray for more depth. Next is my arch nemesis, the eyebrows. I never get them even the first time, and this face-up was no different. Using a dark brown, I lay down the eyelashes. I found if you sketch overlapping V shapes on the lower lashes, they look more natural and fluffy. A white doll like this can be strange to work with because you're used to working off a mid-tone value where you can push the darks and pull out the highlights. But here, she's already as light as it gets, so you basically have only darker colors to work with. Does that make sense? To finish off the face-up, I just push the values a little more and then solidify some colors using acrylic paints. For the forehead design and this chest design, I'm referencing my sketch because I'm actually really bad at coming up with cool abstract designs on the fly. I had to think pretty hard about it beforehand. Using watered-down Liquitex High Gloss Varnish and Duro Clear Matte Varnish, I'm going to seal in her tattoos and glossify parts of her face. I've got different plans for her ears. I'm still going to use her vinyl ears as a base, but using Elmers Glue, I'm going to attach some faux fur to make them fluffy. While those were drying, I added some twine wraps to her arms and tail, as well as some teeny tiny wire rings. I think she needs some fluffiness on her tail too, don't you? At this point, the ears are a little too fluffy, so let's trim them down a bit. With a little blushing, I'd say the ears are complete. However, before we move on, I had to decide if I really wanted to make a wig or do a reroot. After much contemplation, I decided a reroot was the best way. So, with a little hot water, some pliers, and patience, I took out her gooey hair gunk from within the neck hole. I had to be extra careful since I'd already completed her face up. I highly recommend doing this the other way around. I'm using a homemade reroot tool made out of a drill bit and a needle cut at an angle. And using the space between my fingernail, I slip on the plug of hair and plunge it into the head. Now repeat this about 1,000 times. I've got a problem since I cut her ears off. These huge gaping holes in her head. How horrible! Now, I've actually never come across this problem before, so as usual, I'm winging it, and I decided to seal the area with hot glue, being super careful not to touch the hair. And super carefully, I'm going to put a few plugs into the dried hot glue. It really wanted to break apart from the head, but I was able to keep it in place. For my first patch attempt, that's not bad. To secure all those loose plugs and the loose hot glue patches I made, take Faber glue and squeeze it into the head. I'm making sure to feel around the exterior of the head and push every single plug into the line of fire with the glue nozzle on the inside. You have to trust your sense of touch with this one. You can kind of see it in there. Looks like there's enough glue. Set her down for a couple of minutes while she dries. Using hot water, style the hair down, then pop her head back on. Time to attach the ears. I try to make my customs nice and sturdy, so I'm going to use a metal peg as well as a 2-part epoxy glue to attach the ears to the head. Okay, so this is Kanekalon hair, for those who want to know. On the bag, I wrote safe to boil wash, but by the looks of things it took on some damage, so that's too bad. Kanekalon hair is considered to be the most realistic of hair options, and it sure tangles like real hair. But besides that, it actually does look pretty good. With some more details here and there, and an outfit to match, she's complete at last. I've given her a faux leather, natural themed outfit to match her animalistic face. Her flute and knife were whittled out of some twigs I picked up on a walk, and the flowers in her hair were made using wire and nail polish of all things, from a tutorial I watched by Gentle Strength. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video tutorial. If you'd like to see more doll customization videos in the future, give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more. I'll see you in my next video. Stay artsy! Annyeong!